In a world where power shifts with every headline.
In a nation full of questions.
In a world filled with noise, the truth needs a voice.
The policies that shapes our world and the economy that determines our future.
Every hour, every day, the grapevine keeps buzzing. And together, we are committed to telling the stories that shape our world because your voice is our focus.
Don't forget, our voice matters the most. Let us come together and share our concerns.
Mr. Familoni, and here's to VOP TV. Keep watching, stay tuned, do not touch that dial.
My name is Made Kuti and you're watching VOP TV. Keep watching.
Welcome, my name is Zika Davis. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, boys, viewers, everybody, boys and girls. This is VOP TV. Do you know what that means? Voice of the People TV. You don't have a voice, don't come here. You better make sure your voice is heard.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We break in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice. In a world where truth is the ultimate power and opinions scream the loudest, it's time to wade through the noise.
Hunger no get tribe! Hunger no get religion!
And scan the human interest and trending topics that matter. Stay tuned to The Issues, your plug to the stories making the buzz, from politics to science and technology, social justice, and more. Let's tackle the tough questions and expose the truth. The Issues on Voice of the People Television. Don't just react, understand. Do you want your voice to be heard? Do you know that you matter in the scheme of things? The People's Voice, the show where ordinary citizens take center stage as we discuss the biggest stories that affect you and I. With you in mind, we facilitate lively discussions, debates, and interviews on the topics that matter most to you and I. From social justice to economic empowerment, education to healthcare, governance, and more. Tackling tough topics and amplifying your voice. Join the conversation and make your voice count. The People's Voice. Make your voice count. The red carpets. Awards, the razzmatazz, music, fashion, interviews, and more. Spotlight on Voice of the People Television. Let's feed you with all the juicy stories in the global entertainment space, bringing you the glitz and glamour as they hot. Stay tuned to Spotlight, 1 p.m. Monday to Friday. Spotlight on VOP TV. Entertainment like never before.
In a world where power shifts with every headlines, news breaks and events happens, we bring you unbiased and explicit information on politics, economy, and state of the nation. We break down the chaos. Facts, not fluff. Truth, not speed. We discuss not just politics, but a glimpse into the future. Voice of the People Television. Now you have more than a voice.
you.
Africa is on the move, a continent of rising voices, untold stories, and powerful transformations. From the streets of Lagos to the heart of Nairobi, from the mines of Congo to the tech labs of Cape Town, the African story is being written every day. Bold, dynamic, unstoppable. This is Africa News on Voice of the People Television. We don't just bring you the news. We analyze and bring you Africa's heartbeat, the politics that shapes our nations, the economies that drives our future, the cultures that defines who we are, the voice that must be heard. Africa News, Africa's voice, Africa's future. Where Africa speaks, the world listens.
From the views on the streets
we go to bed empty hunger
to the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lodge.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentary.
As the show is hashtags right here on VOP TV. Apologies for starting a little bit behind schedule due to technicalities. You don't want to hear the whole of it. But hey, my name is Vivian Oguche, and I'm so glad to have you join us. This is where we're going to tell you all things trending and all things topical. So we begin with hashtag Malami. So you do know that the embattled former Attorney General of the Federation has been cooling his fate in Kuje Correctional Center, right? That's how it's called. It's no longer Kuje Prison. So he's been facing charges, brought against him by the anti-graft agency EFCC. Now, at some point, he met the bail conditions, but he refused to leave due to some drama. This whole thing is going to be unfolding as you walk with me. Now, it's not just himself. His family members are involved. His wife and his son, were remanded in Kuje Correctional Center, as well as himself. So he met bail conditions, but he refused to leave, right? At some point, the DSS now brought fresh charges against him while he was still in Kuje. Also, the DSS tried to take his son away while they were both at Kuje. So it's a whole lot. Why don't I take you to X now? The breaking news is that he finally submitted himself to the DSS. He did it voluntarily. I've got posts, I've got a video, and I've got responses from netizens. So it is hashtag Malami. Let's do it. Let's go to the first post on X. Yeah, Sahara Reporters has said. Breaking, former Attorney General Malami finally surrenders to DSS after days of standoff at Kuje Prison. That's what Sahara Reporter says, but it's actually Kuje Correctional Center. There's a video, guys. Take a look.
Okay, who is your guy among you? Can I see your ID card to be sure? Okay, who is your guy among you? Can I see your ID card to be sure?
So, did you guys catch the former AGF saying to the DSS officials, who is the Oga among you? Can I see your ID card? I mean, with so much authority and all of that. Recall that I said earlier on that just moments after he left Kuje Prison, or Kuje Correctional Center, he decided to submit himself or surrender himself to the DSS. Now, the DSS is investigating or pushing an allegation of, a huge cache of ammunition found in the residence of the former Attorney General in Kebbi State. Now, that is what he's going to be facing. We'll keep you posted as this one unfolds. But hey, netizens are responding to what Sahara reporters just put up. Why don't we take a look at their responses now? Hashtag Malami. So, Ayeju says, so someone can have standoff with DSS. Remember the Sahara reporter said after 1 week standoff with the DSS, he finally submits himself. So he's asking, so someone can actually have a standoff with the DSS. That's what Ayeju is saying. Let's continue to take a look at the reactions. Ayodeji Kayode says, all scripted if they prosecute while... Oh, guys, take a look at this. All scripted. If they prosecute White Lion, I will believe this one. Let me take it again. Ayodeji Kayode is saying, all scripted. But if they prosecute White Lion, I will believe this one. Guys, do you know who White Lion is? Allegedly, he is the former governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello. That's how it's called in the state, White Lion. Okay, more reactions to hashtag Malami. Let's continue to take a look at them, shall we? So Kindulobi says, how can he have a standoff with DSS at Kuje prison? Was he in control of the prison to warrant such a standoff? Breaking, this is Nigeria Stories now, reporting the same story. Now, there is going to be another set of responses to this particular one. So I want you to take a listen to this. Breaking, DSS rearrests former Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, shortly after leaving Kuje prison, following the completion of his bail conditions. Now, let's see how netizens are responding to Nigeria Stories. So, Chiruma Abdul Kadir says, the law is no respecter of status. If there's fresh evidence or a violation, let the person run. No one is above the law in a true democracy. Let the DSS do its job transparently. More reactions? So, Tokumbo Wahab, okay, guys, this is an anomaly. This is not even supposed to be here. I don't know why that has landed here, but there's supposed to be more responses to hashtag Malami. For example, I Occupy Nigeria responded to that particular hashtag Malami. Okay, apologies for that mix-up, guys. So I Occupy Nigeria says, make we know they deceive ourselves. Malami no be saint, but this drama na pure Nigerian politics. EFCC hold them. EFCC release them. Next thing, DSS speak them. When DSS finish, na NDLEA go show face. After that, only God go know which agency next. Why them they rotate them like baton? Because Malami get clout, he get money, he get connections, and pass all, he know where bodies they buried. That kind person fit scatter APC plans for 2027 if he enter wrong camp. So this no be justice. Na containment, na intimidation, na message to anybody wey fit challenge power. If Nigeria truly dey run democracy, one agency go investigate, charge am, go court, finish am. But this one na state power dey flex muscle. Simple. More reactions. Let's continue to take a look at them because some netizens are comparing Malami now to Emefiele. So Pizzo says second Emefiele. Emefiele, by the way, guys, is a former CBN governor, Godwin Emefiele, who also faced, a series of cases launched against him by the EFCC in 2023 after a protracted stay in the correctional center. Of course, he got his freedom. It's not a huru for Emefiele yet. And it looks like netizens are saying this is going to be another replay of the Emefiele saga. But we keep our fingers crossed to see how this one pans out. Remember what I Occupy Nigeria said? That Malami's got clout, and this is all about containment. Now, talking about containment, let's move to the next hashtag, which is hashtag scooping fuel. So, a fuel tanker, by the way, I was going to say, fell around the Apapa axis. And the residents rushed to scoop fuel. Remember that fuel is volatile and anything could have happened. But Lagos state government was able to contain the situation, and a number of people are applauding the state government for doing that. So it is hashtag skipping fuel. Let's take a look at the first post now, which was put up by Benga Omotosho. Am I right? Let's take a look at it. Hashtag skipping fuel. All right. Well, it is Tokunbo Wahab who put up this post. Tokunbo Wahab, by the way, is Commissioner for the Environment, Lagos State. He says a tanker loaded with diesel fell on top of Liverpool Bridge in Ward Mile 2. The tanker sustained damage, leading to the spillage of diesel across the bridge and on the road beneath. Emergency responders, including the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service and other relevant agencies, are already on ground and have successfully contained the situation to prevent escalation. We urge members of the public to exercise restraint, caution, and civic responsibility. Approaching the scene, attempting to scoop fuel, or obstructing emergency operations puts lives at serious risk. Public safety must come first. Our agencies will continue to manage the situation and ensure the area is secured. Cooperation from residents and road users is critical at this time. So Benga Omotosho, who is the Commissioner for Information, Lagos State, also put up a post and a couple of videos. Let's take a look at the post now. This is it. Benga Omotosho says, again, the human element. A tanker slips and spills its contents. All manner of containers surface. Free fuel. Consequences, he's asking. And then he continues by saying, no thought of that. Good job, first responders. No life lost. I'm so grateful that there was no life lost, no explosion from this. Take a look at the videos he put up. All right, so guys, are you seeing what I'm saying? In Nigerian palace, if you no get liver, you can't do that thing, I'm telling you. I mean, especially when you know that the fuel is highly volatile and all of that. But hey, we have more posts, more reactions. We have people like Rufai Oseni, whichever you want to take, tomatoes, potatoes, whichever you want to take. But hey, before we get to Rufai, there are more posts on this one, hashtag scooping fuel. Let's do it, shall we? Yeah, so these are netizens responding to Tokunbo Wahab's post. Tokunbo Wahab, by the way, remember I told you, is the Commissioner for the Environment for Lagos State. He says, this incident is not just about a tanker accident. It exposes a deeper national failure. In a country where citizens risk their lives scooping diesel from an overturned tanker, the real emergency is poverty, hunger, and weak enforcement. When survival becomes more urgent than safety, disasters become inevitable. This is from Everything Politics. Officer Famous says the government will at all times protect the lives of her citizens, but the cooperation of the citizens matters most. We cannot continue to blame the government for everything while refusing our obligations to make things work. Thank you for the swift response from relevant agencies. May God continue to succeed. May Lagos continue to succeed. Amen. Let's take a look at the next one. So Chukwudi says, next time, arrest 5 to 10 people so that we can know how dangerous it is to scoop fuel from a falling tanker. Good job you're doing. Continue making our roads safer and neat. Wow. Rave reviews for Lagos State government. Aremu Black says, what a swift response. Kudos to Lagos State government. Olusegun says, things we love to see. swift response to emergencies. Absolutely. The next one. So Deji says, thank God for the quick intervention. Because if anything happens now, they will say in our government. I never see where people, they take bowl, fetch, dripping fuel from tanker before without fearing for their lives. And then he seizes the opportunity by saying, sir, talking to the commissioner, please see attached for your attention. I like what's happening here. So Lagos State government is actually involving or governing the people through X, and it works. So this is what Deji is saying. This is his concern. Please, I have been trying to raise an awareness about the structure around the hospital at Ifako-Ijayi. This was, a post he put up on the 12th of January. It looked like no response, was given to him. So he's actually reiterating his point. Do you guys know this area, this hospital is talking about, is around the Ogba Fagba area. Yeah, Ogba Fagba area. And then he put up this video of this particular structure. Take a look, guys.
Station, right opposite. The petrol station, right opposite.
So it's a fuel station that apparently is fenced. And for some reason, Deji says this is a place of concern, right? You remember a country of concern, but he's saying this is a place of concern and that Lagos State government should look into it ASAP, ASAP being as soon as possible. So back to scooping fill, like I was saying earlier on air personality Rufai Hussaini pitched in as well. He put up a post and a video. I'd like for us to take a look at it. So he says, salvage. So he said the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service is currently salvaging a 45,000 diesel tanker, which upturned at Liverpool Bridge outward Apapa, Tin Can Island, Lagos. And then he goes on to say the tanker has been saved from secondary incident while security agents are doing their best to curtail the scooping crowd. He put up the video. Take a look. All right, guys, did you see the first respondents on ground ensuring that this thing does not escalate? I am so glad that netizens are jumping on this to say kudos to Lagos State government. I hope to God this was what was done when the GNI building erupted in flames. But hey, things happen, right? And that's how we wrap it up on hashtag scooping fill. We move on now to hashtag protesting contractors. We're taking a quick trip to the FCT. So the ministry for the FCT today was blocked and there were gunshots. Thank God the minister wasn't harmed. And it's a female, for crying out loud. But hey, what happened? Protesting contractors are saying that their salaries have not been paid and that they are not taking it anymore. Their eyes, they read this new year. But so the cable has this particular story. I'd like for you to take a look so you have the feel of it. There's meat in it. And netizens, of course, are reacting to this particular one. Hashtag protesting contractors. Let's take a look at the post by the cable. So, gunshot as protesting contractors block minister from accessing finance ministry, by the way, in FCT. There was commotion at the entrance of the Federal Ministry of Finance in Abuja on Monday when protesting local contractors prevented Doris Uzoka Nite, the Minister of State for Finance, from accessing the complex. The protesters, under the aegis of the All Indigenous Contractors Association of Nigeria, blocked the gate of the ministry over debt owed by the federal government. When Uzoka Nite arrived at the entrance, security operatives attempted to create a pathway into the building for her, a move that was rejected by the demonstrators. Now, the gunshot part is what's very scary. Daily Trust has this particular one. Let's take a look at it. Well, before the post by Daily Trust, Sade A says, if the $9 million lobbying fee was paid to the contractors, it would have reduced the debt burden. The amount spent by our president on travels in the last 21 days, if paid to the contractors, would have been another relief. We keep owing, we keep spending anyhow. Chris Cross says it is really surprising that with all the taxes imposed on Nigeria and the removal of fuel subsidy, Nigeria is still crying of lack of sufficient funds to pay local contractors. Can a Chinese firm be subjected to the same treatment as local contractors? Now we do ourselves. The next one. So Daily Trust says indigenous contractors resume protest at Finance Ministry. They put up this video. Take a look. So it's a mammoth crowd. Do you want to call it that? Yeah, it looks big. The crowd is huge. And we are glad that the finance minister of state wasn't harmed. And, officials were able to make a leeway for her into her office. Now, the thing is, it is not just the contractors that are protesting in the FCT today. Also, workers of the FCT, I'm talking about people who work for the FCT minister, talking about Nyesom Wike, are also protesting on paid salaries and emoluments. Now, I'm taking you to the next hashtag now, which is hashtag FCT strike. Let's do it. It is hashtag FCT strike. Workers as well as contractors are also protesting on paid salaries and allowances, and they staged a huge protest in the FCT today. Let's take a look at the post put up by Channels TV, shall we? All right. Before we go on to the striking FCT workers, I understand that we still have more responses for the other hashtag protesting contractors. I Occupy Nigeria says, make we talk truth. Gunshot for protest, no good. It dangerous and it fit kill person. But that one no be the real wahala, na symptom. The real problem be say these contractors never collect their money. This now 2026. Them they talk say people never collect payment for work wey them do for 2024 and 2025. That no be delay, na government default. Nigeria don't borrow money tire. Every week na new loan. Them say na for infrastructure. So make person ask simple question. If na infrastructure, who they build them? Contractors. If contractors never get paid, where the money they go? And I Occupy Nigeria continues. Let's take a look at the next page. It goes on to say, money no they disappear by magic. It either never reach capital projects or it reach and them divert them. Or the system don't spoil reach point where budget no mean cash again. Any of these na problem. When government no they pay contractors, banks go stop to lend them. Workers go lose job. Project size go dey abandoned. Prices go rise because everybody go price government risk inside contract. And people go come straight because paper and committee no dey feed family. Make nobody deceive self. When Bola Tinubu form committee to settle about 1.5 trillion naira debt, it shows say normal system don't collapse. If system dey work, you no need committee to pay people wey don't finish work. Security, they fire gun because people, they ask for their own money. Show say matter don't pass finance. It don't enter security risk. The last page now, still from I Occupy Nigeria. And then it goes on to say, security, they fire gun because people, they ask for their own money. Show say matter don't pass finance. Now, I took that a second time because it shows that the gunshot came from the finance ministry security and not the protesters. It will be remiss of us not to correct that. Let's go back to the post so that I'll continue reading that particular one. And so it says, the big question remains, all the money where Nigeria don't borrow, or all the money where Nigeria they borrow, where it they go? Because you know fit they borrow for infrastructure while people where build the infrastructure never see one cover. You know fit build road with unpaid invoice. You know fit grow economy while you they owe your own people. You know fit shout development when trust don't die. Now that be the real issue. Well, I'm glad we're able to take that response from I Occupy Nigeria because it was very meaty and it took, actually, he took a look at this matter from all angles. Now, let's go to the posts now that will talk more about the FCT strike. Hashtag FCT strike. Okay, I don't understand what's going on really, but please bear with us if you're at home watching us. Channel Television says FCTA, FCDA workers begin strike over unmet demands, shut down operations. Let's take a look at the next post now. So this is from Premium Times to give us some meat. Premium Times says workers of the Federal Capital Territory Administration, FCTA, and the Federal Capital Development Authority, FCDA, on Monday commenced an indefinite strike, shutting down government offices across Abuja. The industrial action led to the closure of key administrative offices, including the FCTA Secretariat, as workers stayed away from duty in compliance with the strike directive. So the Premium Times actually took this from the Vanguard newspaper. NTA says FCTA staff begin indefinite strike. Activities at the secretaries or secretariats of the Federal Capital Territory Administration and the Federal Capital Development Authority, FCDA, have been grounded following the strike embarked upon by the Joint Union Action Committee over demands for improved working conditions. As early as Monday morning, the main gates of the secretariats of the Federal Capital Territory Administration and the Federal Capital Development Authority were under lock, preventing staff and visitors from gaining access to the complex for their daily routines. Many workers remained at home in strict compliance with the industrial action in order to press home their demands for a better working condition in the FCTA. The JUAC chairperson urges members to maintain the status quo until further directives. There's another page. The NTA is concluding this post by giving us further details. And it says long queues of vehicles were seen parked on the road shoulders, which are indications of no retreat, no surrender by the leadership of the JUAC. So status quo remains is what the JUAC leadership is saying. You know what that means? They're going to keep striking until all their demands are met. Just last week, the federal government had come to an agreement with ASU, and they're saying no more strike again. It looked like ASU was very happy with the agreement they reached with the federal government. And I'm hoping that the FCT would also take a look at these grieving workers and also try to meet their demands. Now, away from that, let's go to Davos quickly. So Vice President Kashim Shettima is in Switzerland right now. Davos is a tradition and it is big deal. And this year, Nigeria is really participating and making their presence very well known. So Stanley Kuje is a presidential spokesperson. He put up a post in this regard and also a video. Let's take a look at the post and then afterwards we'll take a look at the video. It is hashtag Davos. So Stanley Kuje says, Vice President Shettima commissions Nigeria House at Davos. Vice President Kashim Shettima has officially commissioned the Nigeria House Davos on the Davos promenade at the ongoing World Economic Forum meeting. The commissioning ceremony marks the first time the Nigerian government at Nigeria Gov has established a dedicated sovereign pavilion at the World Economic Forum. The facility is a product of a public-private partnership, PPP, aimed at centralizing Nigeria's investment narrative. The Nigeria House will serve as the net center for the Nigerian delegation throughout the 56th World Economic Forum, hosting high-level ministerial engagements, investment roundtables, and cultural showcases. To put up this video, credit goes to Stanley Okocha. Take a look, guys.
Welcome, sir. Take a picture.
That is Nigeria being ably represented at the World Economic Forum by Vice President Kashim Shettima. And while VP Shettima is at the World Economic Forum representing the country, President Tinubu returned from the UAE yesterday, and he was received by his kitchen cabinet. Of course, we see Femi Gbajabiamila in that video you're going to be seeing in a short while, amongst others, the NSA and a number of President Tinubu's, ministers and close allies. There's a post that's going to introduce us to the video, #President Tinubu. Let's take a look. Can we take a look at the post first? All right, so President Tinubu arrived in Nigeria yesterday from the UAE. That's him saying hello to the NSA, of course, his chief of staff, and a number of his officials. The post that, unfortunately, I can't bring that post to you now, was put up by one of President Tinubu's fans, and he said Nigerians are jubilating. But if you go to the thread, that particular thread, you see some netizens saying jubilating. So it's, for and against, sort of. But hey, it's nice to see the president hale and hearty, and now he's back in the country. You remember yesterday, how some netizens were saying that, so President Tinubu is out of the country, Vice President Kashim Shettima is out of the country. So who now rules the nation? Well, it looks like the sheriff is back in town, and the number one man, of course, is back to take the helms of affair. We say welcome to the president. We'll wrap up that particular hashtag now, shall we? So, you know how AFCON ended on a very high note and Senegal actually took the trophy away from the Moroccans? The Moroccans had their clutches against, around the trophy like this. Well, hey, Senegalese took it away. But before I play you the video of the cup arriving in Dakar, Dakar being the capital of Senegal, you're going to see Sadio Mane hugging the trophy like it's his wife and all. But before I show you that video, Nwankwo Kanu put up a video. He put up a post today and a video of himself with the Super Eagles in the locker room after their victory over the Egyptians. And it was very beautiful to see. And I thought you should take a look at it. So there's a post and then there's a video. Let's take a look at the post. I hope we can find the post this time around, and then we'll take a look at the video. It is hashtag Kanu. So Kanu Nwankwo says, can you believe it? Bronze energy. The Nigerian spirit can never be broken. Congratulations, Super Eagles, AFCON 2025. He put up this video. Take a look. So this happened on the 17th of January. You do know how Kanu said it. The Nigerian spirit can never be broken. Despite the disappointment of not taking gold home or not bringing gold home, the Super Eagles are celebrating the bronze medal with one of the greatest footballers of, can I say the Super Eagles? Yeah, one of the greatest footballers ever, Kanu Nwankwo, are celebrating with them. Let me quickly take you to Senegal, where Sadio Mane is hugging the trophy, the gold, the real deal. They are sitting in a bus and they just arrived at Dakar. Like I said earlier on, Dakar is the capital of Senegal. It is hashtag Senegal.
Ghana. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's not speed. Ghana. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's not speed.
Congratulations to Sadio Mane and his team. This happens to be the last AFCON tourney for Sadio Mane, and he is so happy that it ended on a very high note. Congratulations. It is very well deserved. Of course, Nigerians and the whole of Africa are celebrating with Senegal. You do know how Moroccans said once upon a time that they were not Africans. So people are saying this is truly an African award that Senegal just won for Africans. But hey, let's quickly take a look at the next hashtag before we go. Hashtag Moroccans. Moroccans trending because one, Morocco won the Fair Play Award, but people are saying why? When the fans and the officials and all whatnot harassed other footballing nations, why do you get that award? But someone put up this post. I'm going to take a look at. Let's take a look at it. The post is going to lead us to the video now. So this is High Chief Lawrence Okoro, who says, just as these Moroccans were playing mind games with the Nigerian goalkeeper Nwabali by stealing his towel repeatedly, they did same with the Senegalese goalkeeper, even using aggression in trying to get it. This isn't football. This is a crime. Now, there's a silent film I want for you to watch, right, while I talk about it. This is the reserve goalkeeper for the Senegalese team, and he is actually a national hero right now because he fought throughout the match. He stood. He held onto that towel to ensure that the goalkeeper would not go without the use of a towel like Nwabali, was left to do at some point. Now, take a look at the Moroccans harassing him, really dragging him on the floor just because of the towel. And of course, he refused to let the towel go. And netizens are applauding this goalkeeper and saying that actually his country should really, that's him. He's Senegalese. He's the reserve goalkeeper, and he held onto the towel for his keeper. You might be asking, what do they need the towel for? Hey, when they're sweating or when it's raining and all, they need to clean up and all of that. So congratulations to the Senegalese team once again. And people are calling, actually, on CAF to investigate the treatment that the Moroccans meted out to other visitors during the tournament. Remember how Nigerian coach, the Super Eagles coach, Eric Chell, had said that the fans, the Moroccan side, the fans were vicious. And so many people are calling on FIFA and, of course, CAF to investigate the treatment the Moroccans meted out to visiting nations. On that note, we'll wrap it up. Thanks to everyone who contributed to making the show a success. But the bigger thanks goes to you guys for watching. If you liked it, keep a date with us. Same time, same station for another edition of Hashtags. Until then, I am Vivian Kuje. Bye for now.
My name is Standoff, and here's to VOP TV. Keep watching, stay tuned, do not touch that dial.
My name is Malami Kuti, and you're watching BOP TV. Keep watching.
Welcome, my name is Ika Davis. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, boys, viewers, everybody, boys and girls. This is VOP TV. Do you know what that means? Voice of the People TV. You don't have a voice, don't come here. You better make sure your voice is heard.
Do you want your voice to be heard? Do you know that you matter in the scheme of things? The People's Voice, the show where ordinary citizens take center stage as we discuss the biggest stories that affect you and I. With you in mind, we facilitate lively discussions, debates, and interviews on the topics that matter most to you and I, from social justice to economic empowerment, education to healthcare, governance, and more, tackling tough topics and amplifying your voice. Join the conversation and make your voice count. The People's Voice. Make your voice count. In a world where truth is the ultimate power and opinions scream the loudest, it's time to wade through the noise.
Hunger no get dry. Hunger no
and scan the human interest and trending topics that matter. Stay tuned to The Issues, your plug to the stories making the buzz, from politics to science and technology, social justice, and more. Let's tackle the tough questions and expose the truth. The Issues on Voice of the People Television, Mondays to Fridays, 8 to 9 p.m. The Issues. Don't just react. Understand.
When you say, make Nigeria no happen to you, me sef go say, make you no happen to Nigeria.
You dey bypass your light meter. You dey jump queue.
Yet, you dey wait make Nigeria change for you. My brother, my sister, you sef change.
Oh yeah, see that Naija pikin wey pack dirty wey block gutter wey dey cause flood.
Haba, Naija pikin, make we dey care for our environment.
Gen Z is no one work. Now quick cash them they find.
Just like that, boys don't turn Pablo. And girls?
Hablets.
Wetin dey happen?
We dey argue online, spread fake news with our full chest, divide ourselves on top religion, tribe, and politics matter.
But we go dey shout, no unity for Naija.
My brother, my sister, unity begins with you.
Someone japa, nobody wants stay.
But who go fix Naija if no be you?
Omo, you go stay o.
Naija dey wait for us same way we dey wait for Naija.
That na why National Orientation Agency don bring this better ogbonge plan wey go change the game. That na 7 for 7 agenda. 7 promises from leaders and 7 citizen codes.
Equality, democracy, entrepreneurship, employment, peace and security, inclusivity, justice, meritocracy. Now the Naija promises.
But without our own discipline, duty of care and tolerance, respect and true leadership, transparency we all need, environmental awareness, resilience in no go walk.
7 promises, them don't talk am. 7 codes, now we go do am o. No dey wait, no dey look face, join body make we run the race. Now you and me, now you and me, now you and me, go fix our Naija.
Leave bribery, wash your hands, come out from mago ways.
Talk true when you see am. Security concern now all of us.
No dey complain about Naija, complaining no dey change am o. If you be true Nigerian, if you be ogbonge Naija, if we want better tomorrow, now we go make am work today.
7 promises, them don't talk am. 7 goals.
if we be true Nigerians, we go rise hand in hand, uphold the 7 for 7 agenda for Naija, our home, our pride, and our strength.
Powered by National Orientation Agency.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We bring in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
Welcome to the locker room, the home of football talk that matters. I am Jerry Arpeon. Join us every weekday, Monday to Friday at 5 p.m. Nigerian time, as we share the hot takes and hot debates in the exciting world of football. And joining me are the usual suspects, Ikechukwu and Mayowa, as we break down all the hot takes and everything that's happening in the football. Don't just watch football, live it with us. Catch us on the locker room and Voice of the People Television at 5 p.m. Nigerian time. And like I always say, if not 20 minutes off, please discuss.
And it's Hakim Ziyech who puts the...
VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
Well, hello and welcome to News Hour on Voice of the People TV. I am Vivian Oguche.
And I am Nenna Ndonzioto. Before we begin, kindly visit our website www.vop.ng for fresh and trending news. First, the headlines. Shetima commissions Nigerian pavilion in Davos.
Local contractors picket finance ministry over 4 trillion naira debt.
Army dismisses reported planned mutiny over poor welfare.
Obi commends police, says swift action shows Nigeria can defeat crime.
Obasanjo backs child advocacy task pediatricians on compassion.
While on the foreign scene, Trump links a Nobel Prize snub to Greenland demand.
In business, NCC opens spectrum bans for economic expansion.
Well, in sports news, Nigeria climbs 12 places to 26 in latest FIFA ranking.
In entertainment, Anunobi sues cleric over relationship claim.
Now the news in detail. Vice President Kashim Shettima has formally opened the Nigeria House at the 2026 World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, stating that it reflects the country's renewed seriousness, readiness, and resolve to take its place as an active participant in global economic conversations. According to him, Nigeria House is a response to the lapses of the past and reflects the country's intention, seriousness, and advertises both its readiness and resolve to take a frontline seat in the discourse of the global economy, not as observers, but as participants with a clear sense of purpose and place. In a statement by his spokesman, Stanley Kuje, Shettima noted that while nations do not prosper in isolation, Nigeria's future growth depends on deliberate, structured engagement with the global economy. The vice president described it as an extraordinary day in the history of the nation's engagements at the meeting point of global political leadership, policy thinkers, and corporate enterprise, with Nigeria having its own sovereign pavilion at Davos for the first time. Meanwhile, he explained that though the Nigeria House may have been conceived as a whole-of-government platform, its true essence must come from the private sector, The government having opened doors, created frameworks, and de-risked the environment.
In another development, the federal government has launched a new national housing strategy focusing on land reform, urban renewal, and public-private partnerships aimed at addressing the nation's housing deficit. Minister of Housing and Urban Development Ahmed Dangiwa announced the initiative at the 14th National Council on Land, Housing, and Urban Development meeting in Ilorin. Nigeria's housing deficit is estimated in tens of millions, making it a pressing socioeconomic challenge. As part of the strategy, the Renewed Hope Housing Program aims to deliver 77,400 affordable homes with 100 units in each of Nigeria's 774 local government areas.
In the meantime, local contractors under the All Indigenous Contractors Association of Nigeria